My amazing Librans, welcome into a random next 48-hour tarot reading for you. As you can see, we're beginning with 3 Angel Answer Oracle cards already on the board. And so jumping right into it, we're beginning on the left-hand side with success. And then we have opportunity and remain positive. So I feel right off the bat, this is meant to be a very opportunistic time for you, where it feels like Spirit is assisting you with inching closer towards what is to be labeled as ultimate success, all right? And I feel part of which that is on the mind, part of your focus is gaining financial success. And so I feel in the midst of this very successful period, there's no shortage of opportunities. And I feel I'm seeing an image of somebody sitting down with one, if not multiple other people, and signing some sort of paperwork, could be a contract. Somebody's getting a pay raise and or a promotion or a new job otherwise. But I do feel that Spirit is saying in moments of minimal, right? You're going to find there is no shortage of opportunity to create, okay? To develop, to improve maybe to clean things up. But I'm feeling there's also prime unlimited opportunity in space for that to help people. All right, definitely giving me the energy. For example, within my situation, on the days and the time away from my serving job, I wake up and there's fresh energy, a fresh day ahead, in order to find time where I can find time to create for this channel to help you guys. Anyways, but remain positive on the right-hand side, because there's something about the next 2 days and surrounding it where it's like the imperfections are standing out like a sore thumb. You can't help but focus upon what isn't ideal for you at certain points. So, excuse me, as I feel I purposely struggled in that moment to continue channeling, you're needing to remain positive, all right? There's something leadership-esque about you at certain points or in general in the next 48, but I do see there being the potential for you to second guess yourself. And so I feel in the midst of which, remain positive, keep the optimism alive. Make sure that you are trusting your intuition and what you know, what you've experienced more than ever, okay? I feel like Taurus's next 48-hour reading that I did yesterday, you're needing to more than ever trust your intuition because you're feeling things very accurately. But there's a sense of you waking up for the most part on the right side of the bed within this time period. And you will as well feel, and people will feel this about you as well, a very delightful kind of energy that you're giving off. But you're going to be feeling and accomplishing very angelic. You're going to be feeling very angelic, and you will be accomplishing very angelically. Anyways, as I do struggle a little bit, I do see you enjoying the struggles a little bit more than you normally would, all right? Maybe not all of them or every moment of, struggle and whatnot, but for the most part, I feel that you are perceiving things accurately. You're trying to enjoy yourself more. You're trying to be more one with the present moment, but it feels like it may simply be a period where the past and the potential for the future, and even the guarantee for the future, just comes to be at the forefront of your focus. It just pops up left and right. And so it feels like at times it may not be all that easy or simplistic to be one and remain one with the present moment, but there's real benefit from being present to the fullest extent, and then letting the past be the past and the future be what it's meant to be, period. But let's move on to the tarot portion of your reading. Sorry if you can hear any background noise as we proceed on forward, but I feel, Libra, that you do deal with certain amounts of background noise. It almost feels like at times, honestly, part of that could be spirit, coming through your thoughts, your dreams, creating energetic noise as well. And so it may be a time period where you're needing to remember that you're doing an amazing job at coping with, dealing with, putting up with, maybe dodging this and that, that feels to be creating unnecessary or just undesirable noise within your reality. Look at that, the Five of Wands. And so I feel like in the next 2 days, when you're dealing with noise factors and bad energy and off vibes, and maybe somebody who has some anxiety, is what I'm getting. Remain positive. Understand that everybody struggles with their own individual energy and how things affect them, at least from time to time, and for some, obviously, quite consistently. And so, regardless of how affected you are, just remember it's kind of a put yourself in other people's shoes temporarily kind of an energy and a reminder where you're needing to remember, again, everyone goes through it, all right? Nobody's perfect, and we all struggle. But the Moon card coming out, but I want to put justice here. This is absolutely your Libran energy. And so it's almost this feeling of you maybe at certain points coming back to your Libran self. You may have been feeling more like a different element or a different sign otherwise. But it almost feels like you've been a bit far out, a bit disconnected from the present day reality, from your own energy, from the changes in your life, maybe feeling just a bit out of it, all right? Maybe a bit spacey as well. And so it feels like this is absolutely intertwined with levels of mystery, within and outside of you. But it's like a time, once again, where you're coming back to yourself, back to your physical body even for a lot, and then continuing forward and really gaining justice, success, opportunity, and even positive energy when you least expect it. But it feels like Spirit is reminding you, Libra, that you really step into the room and you transform the energy. It's because of, I want to say, varying from case to case, your different placements within your chart, especially your top big three, your sun, moon, and rising. But I do feel either way, it's just this energy about you where you're, again, delightful. That's how they keep describing you, a little bit fun, but a bit overly serious and mature, and this nice combination of this lighthearted but mature, responsible kind of energy that you're bringing to the table. I hope that was described accurately, or it was. I hope that was described well. Anyways, moving right along, the Two of Swords, because it's as if this time highlights more than ever that you don't know it all, that you don't see it all, and you're not meant to. I feel like some of you even would say to yourself and maybe to other people, I don't want to know it all, because too much of that understanding, that knowing, can get in the way. You know what I mean? And maybe you've experienced that in the past at some point, if not multiple. And so it feels like a time where you're needing to, more than ever, trust in what you know, what you're gaining, and what you don't know, period. And just understanding that you walk a very purposeful divine path that's going to entail the answers coming in exactly when and how they're meant to. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No exceptions. But I'm hearing, what are you going to do with this opportunity? It feels like and again, it's a very opportunistic time for you where there's no shortage of these chances to succeed more, to gain more, to advance even, to improve. But I do see it being a period where there's one larger opportunity that may not be part of you going the distance in the future, but it assists with that somehow in an indirect way, if that makes sense. But I do feel that this is a time where your independence is shining brighter than ever, as a lot of you are standing out in the crowd as you assist people, as you maybe demand this and that, being a bit of a put your foot down kind of energy at certain points. It may be necessary. But the Ace of Cups as well, not for the board, but definitely saying, actually, we're going to put it over here, because it feels at certain points in the next 2 days like your cup is overflowing. It feels like things are improving, stepping in the right direction. You may even feel like things are crawling in the right direction, but at least there's movement. At least there's progress, development, and results of importance. And so I feel in the midst of which, stemming from which, you're going to find that positive rewards start to seep into flow into your energy field. All right, it's like your hard work is paying off and you're finding the right time to get things done. This may feel random at certain points, but it's very spiritually connected, very guided, and therefore you won't feel this sort of struggle or tug of war when getting something done that sometimes, or quite often, ends up being a bit difficult to accomplish. Reminds me of me trying to get these readings done. But yeah, I just kind of stumbled upon this random time slot where I can now, I was able to hop on and do this, even though things aren't perfect in regards to recording. But moving on to the Two of Swords over here, because it feels like, no, over here, because you're not going to fully understand everything that this large opportunity has to offer and will entail, but you will gain answers in the next 48, okay? But also, you may not fully get why you're receiving justice in a specific form in the next 48, but maybe not feeling full or any justice for that matter in a different form or in a different area of your life. And so they're saying allow for the justice that you are gaining to feel amazing, to remember that that holds great purpose, and the justice that you are lacking, partially or fully otherwise, in divine timing, okay? In divine timing. But I feel you to be affected by people's emotions, whether it's how they're carrying themselves in your midst, whether you're feeling their energy as an empath, as a spiritual worker for some, it could be in regards to the emotion that they're pouring into what they're accomplishing, right? And that affecting you in some way, shape or form, excuse me. I even feel like spiritual emotion and energy is affecting you quite often. I'm hearing efficiently in the next 48. But I do feel at certain points with the Hanged Man, you do absolutely, I just saw 1212 in the timestamp, you need to adjust your perspective and make sure that you are extremely positive, okay? Because I feel that you're being reminded that you're a manifester, and expecting the worst or focusing upon the potential as far as the worst goes, not going to be helpful in any way, shape, or form. We don't want to create any sticky situations. But with that said and done, this is meant to be a very opportunity-filled next 2 days and surrounding it for you, where you're guaranteed to succeed. But the one thing that they want to keep reminding you is to remain positive, all right? It is up to you, all right? So Libra, those are your messages for the next 2 days. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light.